WTF, we're doing a podcast. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Michelle. This is 50. Welcome to What the 50. Join us on our continued journey to simplify our lives.
We will seek the answers from the experts and offer tips, tools, and techniques to live your life with confidence and joy. Are we ready?
Let's go.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi, Nikki. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Do you notice my Kelly green today?
I'm not sure that's Kelly green.
Yes,
I think it's
is.
teal.
No, teal has a little bit more blue, but it's a color that's very popular. Listeners, please. It's Kelly green.
But soon they'll be able to see.
I know. They're probably going to see, and we can take a vote on that. But it's Kelly green, and it's a color that has been popping up a lot on Instagram, on TikTok. And it's being color blocked with other colors, just nice and bright and summery.
You're very stylish, is what you're trying to say.
That's
Okay,
yes,
fine. And I'm wearing basic black.
But black is fabulous on you.
I love black. It's
so
easy.
It works nicely for you. I like bright colors. I'm getting into black too, but what's important is that we know what works for us.
Okay.
Right?
And so today we're going to have a stylist on, a fashion stylist, and she's going to talk about first of all, packing up. We asked her to talk about packing up for traveling and for helping us define our personal brand as a WTF podcasters.
Right. And coming off a workshop with Naomi Garrick, and we also had Naomi on last week.
Right.
This is a very, very important part of understanding your style and how to show up.
In your personal brand, right?
Exactly. Very, very important. So Renée Lindo is a personal stylist based in Toronto, Canada. And she's serving clients globally. With her keen sense of style and corporate sales background, she is perfectly positioned to guide professional women on their style journey so they can show up as the best version of themselves. We know that Renee was in corporate and she chose to make a shift in her career, and she determined that she wanted to pursue her passion of fashion and style.
Renee helps her clients save time and increase confidence by creating polished and functional wardrobes so they can attract career-building opportunities. When women look good, they feel great, and this gives them the confidence to put their hands up for more. Her company, Let's Get Dressed Now, is a personal styling solution meeting women wherever they are on their style journey. Renee has worked on magazines, red carpet styling, and fashion shows. However, she gets the most joy leading her one-on-one clients on their personal style transformations. She accomplishes this by working closely with her clients to craft a clear, confident, and consistent style story.
There are some buzzwords there, clear and consistent. And when we were with Naomi, she talked about clarity and the importance of being consistent with who we are. And of course, we have to understand
our personal brand, right?
Right. And we have to understand our style, understand who we are, and then we can understand and determine what our style is. So let's talk to Renee. And
I can't wait.
And get some tips on how to do this, how to unlock the power of our style.
And as you say on LinkedIn, you have to dress how you want to be addressed. Yeah. So hi, Renee, how are you?
Hi, I am so good. So good to be here.
Hi, Renee.
I'm Nikki. As I know you're a friend of Michelle's, but Michelle made me follow you on Instagram. So of course, we're always following you now. Did you see what Renee showed today?
We're constantly looking because you know what? Your style is just so effortless. It's timeless.
Aww.
It's classy. And most of all, it's fun.
Well, let me tell you,
fun.
I did also start following you on LinkedIn.
Oh yeah.
I never told you this, Michelle, but on LinkedIn there's these videos. And Renee is doing this. She did a shorts and a top with a little cute little bra top, and you want to see her stomach.
Flat. No, that
I'm
I know.
Going, what?
No, I have seen videos. No. She's quite hot. She's quite, but she works out though, you know.
Yeah.
Renee takes this thing very seriously.
Seriously. And I have to tell you, I'm in the best shape of my life now. than I was when I was 30. When I was 30, I was still slim and looked in shape, but now, I mean, it's more toned. I watch what I'm eating, and it's a completely different body.
I love that.
That's nice. That's
absolutely,
nice. Yeah,
absolutely. Sure. It really is, and it's just the whole, just being conscious of what you're eating, how you want your body to perform. All of those things, I guess, not I guess, but as I've aged, I just realized that I don't want the creaks, the holy power creaks in my joints. And I want to be active, and I want to be able to do things with my children. But I still feel like I did when I was 30. I can't believe that this number is behind me in terms of my age, to be completely honest, because I feel 30.
And you look amazing. And guess what?
You look like 32. So.
Yes, she does.
And
guess what? When you are conscious of what we're eating and how we are, what we're doing with our bodies, our clothes automatically looks better. Because I always say, when I feel out of it, when I'm trying to button something or I'm trying to pull up the jeans and I'm struggling, I don't have to go on the scale. I know I have gained a pound or two, regardless of what the scale is telling me.
Yes,
something is off, and I don't feel good. So that brings us right into our topic today. Just how to dress and how to feel good and how to step out feeling confident, and that confidence is powerful.
Yes, that. Absolutely. It is. When you're confident, when you're looking good and feeling good, it is absolute. It's a game changer, because what you are available for in terms of what you put your hand up for, what you speak up about, what you go after changes, right? Because if you're feeling small and not so confident, and boy, you don't know, you're not so sure, you're not going to put yourself out there, right? But when when you feel good, when you look good, when you're wearing clothes that really speak to your personality and really give you that vibe and that energy, it changes. And it's like and I said it in another interview recently, it's like an armor that you put on, and it just readies you for what you have coming up, what's next. And that was one of the drivers for me in doing this work. So my background is pharmaceutical sales leader, national director. And I've always loved fashion and style, always loved it, but just never knew growing up in Jamaica that was just never an option to pursue. You go to school, you get your education, you're going to be doctor, lawyer, accountant, all of those things. And then plus I didn't know that people would really pay money to help for help to get dressed, or for help to put yourself together, for help to just, to do all of that. And then the more I've just been, as I've grown and matured, I've noticed that there really is, it's whatever you need help with in your life, you can pay, you can outsource it. Right. And, when I was working, I realized the power, I was the only woman at my level in my role in my company. And I just knew that, when I went to meetings or was in boardrooms and had to present, I just knew that when I looked good, when I was dressed well, it gave me that confidence to speak my mind, to share my point, to advocate for myself, to negotiate. And I said, if I can help other women to tap into the power of their style, that's something that I really wanted to do. And God. So here I am.
Amazing. And what you say is, Renee says, dress how you want to be addressed.
Yes, that's my little tagline on LinkedIn. But it is so true. And you can see it too, right? When people are dressed a certain way, and I always have to preface this by saying, I'm not saying you have to dress up in a suit every day. That's not the point. But when you present yourself, really how you want to introduce yourself to the world, when you show up at the level that you want to meet others, or you want others to receive you, the dynamic is different, the way that they respond to you. And I'm not saying it's right? And I know that we are all so much more than how we look, just that outer shell. I know that we're deep and we're great team players and we're great workers, all of that. I know that's there, but we don't know that about you when we first see you.
Absolutely.
Right? We don't know that.
But it's also how it makes you feel, right? Because
and that's my other point. It's that communication is two ways, right? It's the outward appearance and what people are receiving from you, but it also what it does to you right? It changes your brain, it changes your psyche. There's real data that tells us about our cognitive processes increase when we are feeling good. We're more productive. So I spent entire COVID talking about getting dressed, not just rolling out of bed and being in front of the laptop, but putting on clothes, because it changes, it does something in the brain, right? It changes what you are really available for. It changes what your production level. And I've done it myself, but I've always worked at home. So I remember when I was managing a team, sometimes I'd roll out to bed and just quickly run on my laptop, and before it hours had passed and I still had on my pajamas. And those were the days where I was the least productive, because it was easy as in my comfy clothes, it was easy for me to kind of doze off. I have the laptop in my lap, easy for me to doze off, easy for me to, just let me just take a break and relax. But when I got dressed for my day, I had no thought of going to relax, or no thought to go and lie down or dozing off, because I was in that mindset for work.
And that mindset really is important. So important. Absolutely. And I give a little joke. I mean, even with us wearing masks for such a long time, I never left home without my lipstick.
Yes.
For me, that's important for me. And I felt like I wasn't dressed completely. But that's something that mom is drilling to me. Never leave home without lipstick and perfume. So I felt that if I didn't have on my lipstick, that nobody else was going to see apart from me. I had on my mask. I still had on my lipstick. And I think, and it's all what's in our minds and how we feel.
Yes. I know how you feel.
How within comes out when we look good, we feel good.
For sure.
Yes. It changes the working of the brain. It really does. There's a study I'll share quickly. They gave people, there are a couple studies, but one of them in particular, they had two groups. One group they gave just blue t-shirts, and another group they gave blue t-shirts with an S on it, like Superman. And when I did the study, the people who had on the t-shirt with the S or the Superman insignia, they lifted more weight than the group who just had on a regular blue t-shirt. And so the study was powered and designed to really see, of course, the t-shirt didn't give you extra powers, but you felt that you were stronger, right? And so there are other studies that are similar to that also shows us that when you feel and you take on some of the characteristics of the clothing that you wear, it gives you a different vibe.
So that, I know you talk a lot about personal branding and personal branding through clothes. So Michelle and I have been going through trying to, because we did a workshop
on personal branding
with
Naomi Garrett.
That was our last podcast.
Okay.
But so we've been saying, okay, we're going to have to brand ourselves. And we've really been looking for some type of clothing that we could both wear, not necessarily the same colors, but, matching and complementing. So if we were your client here, I'm getting free advice now, what would you recommend? How would we go through this process for us?
Okay. So what I recommend to clients, and I just had a similar conversation recently, because I help offices, rebrand clients, individuals, what have you. But it really comes, the first step is clarity. You really need to be clear about what your brand is. Who are you? Who is your audience, right? Who are you trying to attract? Who's your ideal customer? And then also what are your values? What's important to you? What are some of the words? How do you want people to feel when they see you, either the podcast or wherever you're going to be using your clothing?
Sure.
So it really starts there, right? Being really clear. And I talk about thinking about some words that describe your brand, the words that describe kind of the feeling.
We have words. Right? We like to feel inspired or be inspiring. We really want to bring joy to our listeners and to other people and to ourselves. We want to have fun. And we want, what's our last word? Oh Lord.
Ease.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all about ease. Like we don't.
Okay.
Nothing that's fussy, nothing you have to think too hard about.
Good. So when we have those words, using those words as guideposts, I would say, right, so you're going to use, I would think, colorful tops that and joyful, maybe if you like ruffles or some detail that shows some of your personality. Of course, you're not going to have on a suit, right? Because that's
Right.
clearly the complete opposite of your words. So just think, I would help you to find pieces that speak to joyful, fun. I'd be thinking color. Think of maybe you have a brand color or colors that look good on you. Tops that are maybe of fabrics that are thinner or loose or that have some movement, because all of those features, not features, but what's the right word? All of those.
That
Yeah,
needs to
okay.
fun, speaks to fun.
Right, speaks to fun, speaks to fun, speaks
Those
to
textures.
ease, those textures, speaks to fun, speaks to ease, the color. So all of putting that together, that's how I would approach it.
You would recommend that we go for things with a little bit of detail, some femininity. I hear
Yes.
that with the ruffles and
Sure.
stuff. Now our
Yeah.
colors are like we do a lot of like pinks and burgundies. Would you recommend that we always match in the same colors, or maybe just complementing colors?
Not necessarily. When I'm doing, complement, because when I do a team, I recently did a rebranding for lawyers, and we had their brand colors. We know what they were. So when I'm picking out the outfits for them, they're not necessarily going to match the brand their brand colors, because that kind of look, it doesn't. It's not interesting, right? It's not interesting. So I like to use colors that sit beside your brand colors well, so they complement. They and sitting and also when I was doing their pictures, right? I just ensured that when I was doing their pictures, what they wore complemented each other, that they weren't a huge clash. But even though now color blocking is a thing, right? So colors that you wouldn't think of look very nice together. So I think it's a wide, you have a wide choice of things that you can wear, and look good together, complement each other. I think that's important. Complement, not necessarily match your brand colors, but if you said pink and burgundy, you can wear those colors sometimes. Maybe navy looks nice with pink and burgundy.
We did choose navy. But away from just the stark black and white.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
So in saying all of that, it's important to know your style, to understand what is that you like. But as we get a little bit older, our style may change. Maybe does it?
Absolutely.
Change?
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe the fabrics that we choose may change. So I think we also need to know, you could probably guide our listeners with that. As we get a little bit older, how do we determine what that new style is going to be?
And you know what?
One of the things that you said was change your style, change your life.
Right.
So.
But because sometimes, I think I've gone past the stage, but I know I went through a stage where I looked at this dress. I thought, no, that looks too young for me. I can't wear it. Is like, it's sometimes it's hard to find out. And then you look at something, no, that looks too old.
In Jamaica, in Jamaica, I don't know how in other countries how they do it, but I see it a lot of times. You see an older woman dressing young, and you say, boy, I can find her age paper. And that's not usually a compliment. But you can find women that I think that are older that dress so very elegant. They don't look fuddy-duddy in what they're wearing. They look really, really nice. But I think it's important for us to know what to wear when. Like Sunday, we had Carnival, and I had on these shorts that were pretty short. I'm like, oh my Lord. So I had to ask the boys, what you think? I asked Chris, what you think? I wear those shorts in the night, but I felt a bit conscious wearing them in the day. But after I felt comfortable enough wearing them.
So why?
Because, as you get older, you have the cellulite, and the legs not so pretty again. And you think you just get so very conscious. At 20 and 30, not thinking about those things, but as you get a little bit older, you do. Well, I do. So I want to be able to dress accordingly, but I still want to wear my short shorts.
And we still want to wear our ripped jeans.
And the ripped jeans and all that. That's in style.
But I still wear mine.
Yes. Well, Miss Hot Body, you can still wear your shorts.
No. So there are a lot of things that we chatted here. So let me try and remember. So the first thing now, we talked about our style changing, and as we get older, that it changes. And absolutely, as we age and mature, our style changes. And it's okay, because it's okay for us to say, you know what, that looked good when I was 30, and I rocked it when I was 30. But you know what? I don't like that anymore. That's just not my vibe. I don't resonate. I no longer resonate with that. And I'm not going to say I'm too old to wear that, because I don't believe in that and age. I believe that you can have style at any age. You just may not feel that it just feel it no longer represents who you are or the woman that you want, how you want to show up. You just may not be comfortable, right? Yeah, it's not that. And I don't want to say that I'm too old, because if I wanted to wear shorts, I don't think and then it's not because I think I'm too old. I mean, I decide not to wear. It's not because I think I'm too old, but maybe because, boy, I just don't want to wear those shorts anymore. I'm not comfortable. I don't want to keep pulling them down or what have you. Right. So I think it's just a different way of thinking of it. It's not that I'm too old, because we're youthful, right? At 50 now, compared to 50 in my mom's generation, it's a different 50.
Yes.
It's different. I think we're youthful now. We're vibrant. We're much more active. We watch what we eat. And our bodies look that way, right? Yes, we're taking much better care of ourselves now. So our options are, I think we have more options. So another thing, how do we, think about our style now that we're older? Again, I'm going to sound like broken record, but I really think it comes back to clarity, right? We need to be clear. We need to think about, okay, and I actually have some of my clients when I work with, we have I call it my best me process. I have them do a visualization. We really sit down and spend some time and say, okay, when I'm looking good, feeling good, and feeling at my best, what does that look like, right? And you think about it. What am I wearing? What's easy for me? My question is, how do you want to move through the world, right? And you just sit and give that some time. And you're jotting down, all right, I'm on the beach, I'm wearing this, and I love how this flows on my body. I like these curves. So we're thinking about how you want to move through the world now. And then that's the first step. Write out some things, get care of that. The next step is to get some inspiration. Think about the women who you see, who you really like their style. Think of if it's no one local, maybe somebody on TV or movie star, or somebody on Instagram, right, whose style you really admire. And it's not, even if their body shape is different, you can, and I want you to just do it, just be open-minded, just, look at that person. And you're actually going to maybe go to Pinterest or go through magazines or go through your IG and just take pictures or cut out things or have a board on Pinterest and just pin all the things that you like with no limitations. And then when you're done, you're going to say, okay, what is it about the things that I like? Is it that I like how the dress flows loosely over the curves? Is it that I like that she is nonchalant? Is that I like that it's more structured or tailored? Whatever it is, just make a note of what it is that you like about that. And then you go look in your closet and you say, okay, how far is my closet from my inspiration, right? How far does this go? Because many of us, the closet is a death of us. Meaning that we have years and years and years of stuff just piled up in that closet that we don't wear. It doesn't serve us. We really don't. It doesn't. Our lifestyle has changed, but what? We bought it and we spent money on it.
Exactly.
And we don't want to give it away. It's too nice. Pardon?
It adds to clutter.
But it's so hard to break away from it.
But we feel like, Lord, I can't give it to you because it was so expensive, or I spent this money on it, and I may wear it again. But I'm here to tell you, and I have a personal example too. When I was in corporate, I had all these suits, right? I had all my suits that I needed for work. Stepped away, and I'm an entrepreneur. I don't wear suits. If I'm presenting to corporate clients, it was before that. So I said, you know what? And then my closet was so full. I'm like, you know what? I don't wear this entire rack. I don't wear these suits. And I went through the same thing. But boy, I may go back and I may need it. And I said, you know what? When I really
so
thought
much
about
money
it,
on that suit.
and I spent, and these suits are so expensive. And I said, you know what? Even if I do go back to corporate, I don't want to wear those suits. Those suits would be 4 and 5 years old now. Yes, it's great quality, but it doesn't serve me. It took up so much space in my closet, made you feel like you had all these clothes, but you didn't, because those were no longer options. And an encouragement to remember that it's okay to give away good things. You're not just giving away things that have no value or holes and rub out. It's okay to give away great things. You can gift it to someone and they can enjoy it and get as much life out of it.
Serve somebody
and as
else.
much absolutely. And they can give them as much joy as it gave you. So get rid of that stuff. And that's what one of the main services I do is closet edit up in addition to my styling, because it really starts there. When you get rid of the things that don't fit, mother-in-law gave you, but you really never like, but it's your mother-in-law, so you can't get rid of it. All of those things are there. Things that, boy, that looked 10 years ago, but it looked so nice. But does it serve you now? And does it fit you now? That's my big question, because not fitting you when you lose the 10 pounds, right?
Yes.
Because you've been trying to lose those 10 pounds for how many years now? Right?
So I just eventually.
Yes, but I just encourage us to think about, we have to dress the bodies that we have now, right? Dress the bodies. And when we have a closet filled with clothes that nothing fits, or you don't really like it, it's so demotivating. You're like, Lord have mercy. What am I gonna look at? I remember every time you look in the closet, you're like, it's a reminder of either of something I failed at, or all this weight I've gained, or all of those things. I'm like, Lord, I'm not ever going to wear this again.
It actually becomes a trigger.
Yes, it sends you down into this hole, right? Of just depression, and you feel bad about yourself, and you beat yourself up. I encourage you to get rid of it. Unless you really have a workout plan and you're serious, you're going to lose these 10 pounds, and you have a plan. And I ask clients to give me a deadline. Okay, what's the time frame? When are we going to get into these clothes? Right? Just to give you some guidance,
time frame is
right?
Key, and it can actually be motivation.
Yes.
That's key.
Let's have a time frame, right?
We have to be real about it though.
Yes, you have to be real, right? Don't say it in a month, because it took you how many years and this is a big thing with going through COVID, right? Many of us I gained 20 pounds in COVID, absolutely. People gained weight, clothes can't fit. And then what you were wearing before COVID is not necessarily how you want to show up now. So a lot of the closets that we have and the things we have in our closets, it's just not resonating with us anymore. It's not our vibe. We don't even, corporate, I don't know if Jamaica is similar, but corporate now is a lot more relaxed in Canada. And even if you were suit and tie before, maybe it's coming back a bit, maybe a sports jacket and a blazer or a nice blouse and dress pants, where you don't have to wear a suit every day. So some of those things you can get rid of, and it frees up space for you to put nice things that you love. Yes, and what you love, what works for your lifestyle. Because what's the point of me having all these suits? I'm not going to wear suits. That's not my life anymore. So clear it out and make that space.
So talking about the body changing, and we know over 40, over 50, without a doubt, your body's going to change. So we're trying to also determine how to accentuate. You mentioned those curves,
right?
Right. As opposed to camouflaging. You don't want to be hiding behind or clothing. So for example, when I go out, I like my shoulders. I don't know if anybody else does, but I like my shoulders. I like to wear things that are sleeveless or a racer back. I may not, somebody's may look at my shoulders and say, but what you think you're doing? But I don't care. I like
it don't matter.
So I will show my shoulders. If I'm going out, I like to show that. I don't have a flat stomach, so I'm not going to wear some midriff top. But I would wear something that when you look at me, you're going to see my shoulders, and hopefully your eyes don't go to the midsection. Right? So I think it's also important for us to understand our bodies, and to emphasize what works. And Nikki has amazing legs, and I tell her all the time, you should wear shorts every day, everywhere, because she has fabulous legs. And she's looking at me with that death look. But she knows she has fabulous legs, and she needs to wear more shorts. But I think we should really understand ourselves and understand what works at this, especially at this age.
Yes, and that's such a key point, Mish, because dressing your body shape is the fundament, it's the foundation of looking good in your clothes, right? If the clothes don't fit, and if it used to fit, but now it's pulling here, and you have a tummy now, because usually at 50 and plus, when menopause, we tend to have more fat in the tummy area. The blouse may not fit the same, and the buttons may open up a bit. So how do we dress our new bodies? They're really new bodies now. Right. So I have a dressing your body shape guide. It's free. I think I gave you the link. It's free body shaping guides. I go through the different body shapes and what cuts, what silhouettes will work best for your shape. If you have a certain part of your body that you're not as happy about, I really tried when I work with clients, it's about accentuating your assets and really balancing your proportions, because what you're doing is a great trick, Mish, is to bring that, bring your eye, accentuate the part of the body that you love, that you like, right? And then when you do that, usually the eye goes there, and then they don't see other parts, right? The parts that you don't want to hide. So that's perfect. And similar things can happen for different parts of your body. So I carry my weight in my lower half. So, and from school days, long time, I even said to my husband, I said, gosh, these hips, I'm gonna get rid of these hips. He said, Renee, from high school, you've had hips. You're not going to, I can see the hips now. You're not going to get rid of those hips. And I was a size 2 then. Okay. So I still had hips. I'm no longer a size 2, but those hips are still there, right? So we have to also understand that so our body shape is just how we are made. It's our anatomy. That's just how we are made. You can't, usually, this is before the menopause, you can't diet your way out of one shape to another shape. Like I can't diet and lose my hips and get breasts. That's not going to happen, right? It's just how we're made. And there are things that we can do with our clothing to, as I said, accentuate the areas that we want to highlight and not bring as much attention to the areas that we don't. So if you have one thing, if you have an area that you're not as happy about, don't have a lot of detail there. If you put ruffles and buttons and pleats, that's where all the attention goes, or bright colors. If you have an area that I lost my train of thought, but I was saying that I carried my weight in my hips. So, and that's called a triangle. That's one of the terms, is triangle or a pair. So to balance out that triangle, I try to bring more attention up, similar to you, Mish. I love my shoulders out. So I try to shoulders or ruffles or anything up top to balance out my hips so that it looks like I'm in proportion. The hips and top is similar width and size.
So before we continue on with any of this great conversation with Renee, because we're getting all such great tips, we really wanted to find out about packing for summer travels. And especially now, where all the luggage are being
trying to travel lighter too.
And trying to travel light. So tell us, what are some essential pieces to travel? Let's say, did we talk about a city trip?
Well, something that's at the tip of my tongue, which I think Renee will talk a little bit about. I don't know if she's going to, but I mean, when I think about Lisbon and Madrid,
you mean
and Renee is going to light up when I say those.
Yes.
The summer spots, where they're going to go to the beach. I think some things will really be basic.
But like going to it, especially for us coming from Jamaica, so we're used to wearing like a lot of shorts and having our bathing suits. But sometimes, like when I'm going to Europe or going to a city, I'm like, okay, I have to really think, how am I going to present myself there? Now I know going to an American city versus a European city is a little different. So you have to really dress there. So, tell us.
So travel. So. Yeah, yes, I'm excited. So I'm going to Spain tomorrow.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, I'm heading off tomorrow.
Where in Spain are you going?
Going to Madrid. I'm going to Madrid, and wherever else around that we can maybe the day trips to. Maybe Lisbon.
But anyway, I've been excited. I mentioned Lisbon and Madrid. Anyway.
Yes. So there are a few things when you think of travel, right? You want to look. Okay, so the first thing is that you want to try to get everything in your carry-on. Because we've seen all the news reports of lost baggage and like the airline industry just wasn't ready. They weren't ready for the influx, which I don't understand, but I guess I get it. Going from 0 to 100 in no time, that is challenging, right? So I'm encouraging to try to pack everything in your carry-on. How do you do that? Now, I'm a tourist, like 10 pairs of shoes, easy, 12, and they have an outfit to go easily. But and when I work with clients and help them to put their wardrobes together, and I'm trying to do it for myself tomorrow, you really have to think about, I have a few tips that I have that really really helps. So think about, first of all, think where you're going, right? Think about the weather. Think about, what kind of fabrics will do well in that weather. You talk about Europe and Spain, Lisbon, hot right now. Hot was 39 degrees, so that's nearly 100 degrees, right? So it's hot. So what fabrics, right? The linens are great, cottons, natural fibers. So people don't like linen, let's say crush, but I'm okay with that. I think it just gives it its whole character, exactly. So think of, the fabrics that you're going to wear. Your shoes, right? I did a reel recently, or, just 3, or I'm doing one. Think of maybe 3 shoes. So I always recommend comfy sandals, right? You want to walk around, a pair of white sneakers that maybe you can dress up with maybe a nice, or a day dress, or you can wear it with your shorts. You can wear it if you're, whatever excursion, a day trip or touring. And then sandals, maybe dress a pair of sandals that you can wear in the evening for dinner, or you can also wear in the day, not the comfy, thicker bottom ones, but a little bit more elevated. And then I'm trying to not, but I squeezed a heel, like a heel shoe in, just in case. But then also you can wear that to dinner. The other thing is try to work within a color palette. And I don't mean, and when I say color palette, I don't mean everything green or everything blue. But again, we want, hues of the same color or colors that work well so that you can mix and match and create outfits, right? Your clothes, your items also should do double duty. Don't take something that you can only wear one way or it only has one use. I had this whole thing set, and when I said, boy, I can only wear this one way. It was tough because I loved it. I hadn't worn it and I wanted to wear it, but that got the axe. So think of pieces you can wear down in the day, and then you change your shoes. And I had a pair of shorts. I like to wear shorts for evening. So I could wear the shorts. It's like a tailored short. Wear the short with sandals or my runners with a different top, and then change the top, change my accessories, put on my heel sandals or mules, and that's my dinner look, right? So think about ways, and I always like to encourage sets. I did a series on short sets. Short sets are easier, any type of set, a linen set, short set, what have you, because you have the option of wearing the set and then also switching it out and wearing them as separates. And then again, you get so many variations with that as well. I like to recommend you take a jean jacket with you, because you just never know, the nights may be cool. Take your sunnies. What else?
Those sunnies.
Oh, and you know what too? Some European, well, I know when I went to Madrid before, the iron is a difficult thing to find. Like in North America, every hotel room has an iron. Not so in it was Madrid and Lisbon actually. So I'm walking with my steamer. So that takes up space too. So just keep some things like that to keep in mind. Because I don't want to, after you spend all this time packing, you don't want to look like a crush crackers. Crush up. So so when you do that, and I'm also using packing cubes. Packing cubes have really helped. I didn't use them really before. I wasn't as invested. I had them, but didn't really use them. But this time, to get the stuff into the carry-on, and I must say, I'm very proud of myself. I'm staying for 10 days.
Wow.
And I'm in a carry-on.
Wow.
Yeah. But I intend to shop a little. So I have like seven outfits. I have day and evening, but things work around, and they're going to be, and my travel outfits also, I'm wearing a white button down, but I'm wearing it open. So that white button down now becomes a cover up for a swimsuit. And then it becomes, I can wear it to dinner because I'm going to wear it with my black pants, or I can wear it with my jeans shorts, right? So things like that really expand your options when you're packing.
Perfect.
You have to do a video to show us how you did that with the packing cubes, how you mix and match.
Absolutely. And that's in process.
Yes.
And in Madrid, now your favorite word is going to be rebajas. So look for that sign.
Okay, I will.
Sale sign, REBAJAS.
I will. But yes, and so because I've had, several clients asking for help, because as you were saying, Nikki, sometimes, you're just overwhelmed. You're like, oh gosh, what am I going to wear to this place now? What's the vibe? That's the other thing I ask clients. What is the vibe of your vacation? What do you want that to be? Is it a girls' trip where you're going to do vineyards and you're touring and you're, sangrias and it's shopping and all of that? That's a completely different vibe from if you're going to hang out with your family on the beach, right? The whole time. Different vibe, different type of clothes, just different. So you're also going to vary your clothing to match the vibe of your vacation.
And Renee, let me ask you one question. If you had to buy or have one designer piece, just one designer piece in your wardrobe, what would that be?
Oh Lord, that's tough.
But would it be a bag, a belt?
It'd be shoes.
Shoes.
Okay.
But we can't do shoes.
It'd be shoes.
Okay. What happened if it dry rot?
We were thinking about a bag.
I was thinking about a belt. Or
I guess so. But you asked for me. But I guess a bag you get most use from a bag.
On what you want.
Yes.
And again, it's very lifestyle, right? I made a nice leather bag that you use it every day. It can hold your laptop. It holds all your accoutrements. It holds all your caroches. Can people say that word still? Caroches.
Caroches. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a nice leather bag, but for me, it's always going to be shoes.
It's a personal choice.
I have another question for you. So as you know, we're in Jamaica, and sometimes online shopping is our favorite place to shop. And we always go like, where should we be looking online to get like some good basic pieces of clothing?
But what I think is great though, Renee, you have links to your Amazon.
Yes.
So is that where to go?
Yeah. I like to browse through that because I'll see you post some stuff and then you just.
Right. So I try to do, because people always say, when I post anything, where you get that? Where can I find that? Right. So I do have LTK, shop LTK, and I try to tag if the things are still in stock and not sold out. I'll tag the outfit so you'll know where to get it. And if it's not in stock, I'll find similar and tag similar pieces as well, so that you can just go to my LTK and you click it and you can. It's easy to shop the outfit. I also have Amazon storefront where don't sleep on Amazon. I've gotten some decent pieces from Amazon that really aren't bad. I'm not in buying pieces in Amazon until they're going to last me forever.
Right.
But usually by the time I'm finished with them, it's yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the quality isn't, and I guess it varies by item, but I have an Amazon storefront where I've linked dresses that I like. Many of them I own. So, and sometimes the pictures on Amazon, the pictures aren't great. So I like to post a picture of me wearing the item, and then also and then the item is there. So dresses, shoes, tops. Yes.
So you'd recommend Amazon, then we'll have to go check out your links to get.
Check out my links.
Good basic
sure, check out my links. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, check out my links.
But of course, Renee, we would love to stay with this some more because there's just so much to talk about this topic.
Yes.
Because it really represents who you are when you step out and how you're dressed and how you feel. We could probably do a part 2. But we'd love to hear about your shopping trip when you come back from Madrid.
Yes,
let us know how that goes. Of course, we will be tuned in to your IG.
Yes,
I know you're going to be posting along the way.
Yes, I'll be posting in Madrid. I'm thinking about a fall trip to Madrid and Lisbon, but we're doing Madrid now. So yes, so it'll be fun. So stay tuned to my IG and also my website. Let's get dressed now.com. Always stuff. There's always I blog there too with style tips and tricks and different things happening. And then my Style Files newsletter is always a great place. I send out special things that are not on the blog or on social media to my newsletter. Folks.
Awesome.
Perfect. So where can people sign up for your newsletter?
On my website, Let's Get Dressed Now. The box is right there.
And you're on Instagram at Let's Get Dressed Now. And on LinkedIn as
Renée Lindo.
Perfect. Okay.
So we can find you.
You can find me. Absolutely. I am everywhere. And I'm on TikTok, Mercy. I think I'm 10 away from getting 1,000 on TikTok. I'm so excited. Because when you get 1,000,
I have to go follow you on TikTok.
Yes. When you get 1,000, you can do lives. So I want to do some TikTok lives.
Okay, awesome. Renee, thank you so much.
Yes. Thanks, ladies. It was lovely.
Enjoy your trip to Spain.
Enjoy your trip.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of What the 50. Please show your love and encouragement by sharing, subscribing, and leaving a review wherever you're listening.
And don't forget to like and follow us on Instagram. And please join our active Facebook group at What.the50.